Listen, y'all keep telling me, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. If you don't take your butt into Home Depot and look a little confused, you're already fine. You just hiding your fineness from the world because you want to stay on that bed thinking your man gonna come via Uber Eats, Amazon. He not coming that way. You got to let the world see your magnificence and your fineness, okay? It ain't that hard when you look that good.
There's a dangerous idea quietly spreading through our culture. It doesn't announce itself as rebellion. It presents itself as wisdom. It wears the language of health, boundaries, and self-care. The idea is this: if a relationship causes discomfort, it's if someone disappoints you, they're toxic. If your parents fail to meet your emotional needs perfectly, you are justified in cutting them out of your life entirely. That idea is not only false, it's destructive. It's dismantling families, eroding resilience, and hollowing out a generation's ability to endure relationship. And what makes it especially dangerous is that it often borrows the therapeutic language while contradicting biblical truth. The Bible doesn't say we have a ministry of removal. It says we have a ministry of reconciliation. Cutoff culture isn't biblical. It's convenient. Some people stay unhealed because they cut off the very relationships God wants to use to heal them. Iron sharpens iron, not distance. If your faith only works when people are easy, it's not biblical faith.
As women, can't we just be honest about the fact that a lot of girls aren't lonely because they can't find a decent man who's respectable, or men aren't men anymore? They're lonely because the expectations of what they want out of a relationship do not equate with who they are in relationships. You say you want a man who's emotionally mature, but whenever you're losing an argument, you start crying. That's emotional manipulation. Some of y'all want a man who's consistent, but you don't even post content consistently, let alone go to the gym consistently. And don't get me started on the meal plan you said you were going to start 3 weeks ago for your winter arc. You want a man with great communication skills, but you crashed out on the last one because you thought he was gaslighting you or manipulating you or he was a narcissist. Stop letting people get you out of character. That means you don't have good communication skills. All I'm saying is you can't expect a high value partner when you are not a high value partner. This fantasy idea that all the men are the bad ones and all the girls are just 10 out of 10s waiting for someone perfect. You're not perfect. 10 out of 10 is perfect. You're not perfect. And neither is the man that is also on your level. But you won't even give him a chance because in your mind, you're a 10 and he's a 5. But in reality, you're both 6s. Sit with that. The uncomfortable truth here, ladies, is that the dating market and the men are not the only problem. For a lot of the girls, self-awareness is the problem. Because you can't want better when you're not better.
Fuck him, feed him, leave him alone. You guys are actually crying because men don't approach you anymore. Do you want to know why they don't approach you anymore, Karen? Because if they approach you, he's a there. And if he hits on you, oh my God, essay. Not to mention the fact that you guys catfish yourselves with 20 pounds of makeup and your personality. So when he actually feels something, you show your things and your psycho side. The amount of false accusations where pro basketball players and just random men in general have actually had their lives ruined because of like this, with the false claims, that is why men are not approaching you. That is why men are not talking to you. It has nothing to do with your looks per se. You can be the most beautiful girl in the room and they would probably be to talk to you. And then they're going through a list in their head of everything you could do to ruin their lives. And the last thing they need over their head is to be accused of shit that they didn't do. That is why they are not approaching you. Do better.
Do you think, like, because you feel that you're not like a feminist or whatever, you are better than other women?
No, I don't. I'm a pretty humble person.
Do you feel that we hate men?
A lot of what you're saying does seem like man-hating behavior.
I mean, I do think men suck. I think a lot, because of the patriarchy, a lot of men have arrogance and they mistreat women. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
So you think men don't mistreat women?
I do not think that a majority of men mistreat women.
So
I do not.
Why do you think there are phrases like, ugh, men suck?
Because I think women are petty and dramatic.
Okay, so just because like you're going against other women doesn't mean like men are gonna choose you.
I'm not a pick-me. I'm married. I'm already sold. I'm off the streets.
The streets?
Yeah, where all you are.
So you think because I'm not married, I'm on the streets and I like really need a husband?
You're really bitterly and desperately single, yes. You're obviously not happy. Your attitude does not scream, I'm happy and I love my life.
I don't care how chronically single you are, how much you hate being alone, how lonely you feel. Every single day that you wake up and you're not in a draining relationship with a person who drains your life force and energy, that's something to be grateful for. You need to remember to be grateful for that, because it's not even because loneliness sucks, but the loneliness of being with someone who sucks, way worse, way worse. I never said that it's not okay to want a relationship. It's a very normal human thing. We've been doing this for millions of years. We're very unlikely to stop. Why would we stop doing that? We're gonna want a relationship. That's how it works. But sometimes we get a little antsy and desperate for something, and that's when we lose our discernment. We wanna see good in the people that we're dating, the people that we're getting to know, because we want so badly for them to be good for us so that we can stop, like, being alone, which is why we sometimes end up with bad people who are mean and they suck. I just want to tell you that you are not with one of those. And if you're not with one of those, just give yourself a pat on the back for not getting with one of those and not rushing so hard that you get into one of those, because you don't need that. And I trust that if you're patient and you really suss people out, then you could end up, like, really happy. So.
Gentle reminder for the woman that cooks and cleans all day and takes care of the kids. You're not making a sacrifice. If you were single, you would still have to do the same thing, because you still have to eat and you still have to clean your house, and you would still have to go to work and pay your own bills and take care of the kids if you have them. See how awful that sounds? It's almost like we should appreciate the efforts that our person is doing, regardless of whether they would have to do it as a single person or not. And for a lot of men, they have to work more hours or work jobs they may not like as much, because that's what brings in more money to provide for the family. Otherwise, he could work a job that pays less, live a simple life, and have more at the end of the month. Because having a family and a woman in your life is expensive, which I don't think it should be expensive, but there's a lot of women that have all sorts of financial demands out of a man. Why is it that women should get appreciation for the things they do in relationships, but men aren't given the same appreciation?
I wish all you women who want to get married understand going into it that it will always benefit that man more than you. Because what's going to happen, whether you like it or not, is you will eventually see yourself in 20, however many years down that marriage, becoming the maid, becoming the slave, becoming the nanny if y'all have kids, doing everything in the house while he just works. Oh, and he'll pay the bills, I guess. And it's literally been proven statistically these men have way less stress in a marriage. They live longer than us. Most women actually do better when the divorce comes, and they do worse. These men need y'all. They can't even live on their own. That's why a lot of them be going down quick to marry or be in a relationship, because they need someone to help support him, to do the work for him. Every relationship is transactional. When y'all realize that, it's not even about relationship anymore. Friendships, everything is a give and a take. But the one thing about it, these men will weaponize getting an unequal exchange for the woman compared to taking a lot more from her. That give and take is not equally balanced. But y'all won't see it until it's too late. And when these older women tell y'all that they've been in a marriage and it will never compare to being single, y'all need to listen, because they're warning y'all from experience. But you're not going to hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
Fellas, I'm sorry to tell you, but regardless of what you do, it's never going to be enough for these goofy females. He call and he and check on you, he's doing too much. But when he don't call at all, he's not consistent. When he want to spend time with you, he's clingy. But when he want to give you your space, he acting different. What? He pays for everything? That's what a man's supposed to do. But when he wants you to go half, he's broke? God forbid if he has standards. Then he's labeled as controlling. If he got boundaries, he's toxic. Like, what is going on here? At this point, I'm convinced y'all don't even want a romance. Y'all want an emotional support wallet. Y'all want a man to come in and pay bills that aren't even his. Take care of kids he didn't even make. Heal a trauma he didn't even cause. Fix the attitude that's not even towards it. Like, fellas, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry y'all even gotta tolerate these type of women in this day and age.
Clock that T. Peace.
So, I think, women talk about marriage will always benefit a man more than a woman. And the thing that they conveniently sidestep, and what she sidestepped is, well, all he really does is work, and you take care of this, and this. And then she kind of came back and threw in there underneath it, oh, well, I guess he pays the bills. Isn't that what you said that you wanted? You wanted, yeah, well, I want him to, You want him to do your job too. You want him to be outside the house working. Come home, work outside the house, make sure everything else, all the cars, as one woman said, I'm not touching anything outside the house. I'm not touching them cars. I'm not touching that trash, yada, yada. And she went down the line. That's what I'm saying. When a man is supposed to be doing something, he's clear. Based on what you guys are talking about, he's clear. But then when it's time for you to do what you're supposed to be doing, all of a sudden you got your lip stuck out. Oh, I don't want to do that. All right. Just be quiet and do your job. That's why we're in this situation right now.
Candace Owens.
Feminist.
Really?
Yes, I think I'm certain I'm the first person to ever point that out. And it really saddens me because it's so obvious. Well, what is a feminist? It's a woman who's a careerist, career above all things. Yes. It's a woman who speaks out of turn, wants to make her name known. Does she have her husband's last name? Who knows? And who's her husband anyways? Always in the spotlight, never with her kids around, not the homemaker. She's not the dutiful wife. She's doing everything she can to be the center of attention. And this is all very contrary to the conservative values that she puts forward. She's a very dishonest, duplicitous character. Back in the day, she was liberal. Then she turned into a conservative. She even sued her school claiming that they were racist. Now racism doesn't exist. She was also in a rap music video. You guys can look that up and find her. So now she's become a political pundit on the side of white supremacy. She is a very dangerous character in the Black Code. I talk about these ones who are essentially traitors, enemies within our midst.
Look, women need to be held accountable. Feminism has made it normal to constantly blame men for the problems of women, when in reality, our own nature and the way we interact with each other accounts for most of our issues. Women sit around and listen to each other about dating, and for some reason, we always wind up siding with each other, don't we? It's never our fault, even if we find ourselves in repeated situations or dating the same type of guy over and over again. Women will stand in solidarity with victims of and then go use men on public forums like, are we dating the same guy? And even if you don't post in there, you still stick around for the tea instead of working to end it. Women will cheer on some overweight girl practicing body positivity and then shrug their shoulders when that girl complains that men aren't attracted to her. Women will complain about WNBA players making pennies compared to LeBron James, but never ask themselves why the Kardashians are billionaires or why a reality show about husbands has never been made. All feminists do is tell men that they have to change, which just means they're still dependent on men to solve their problems. Doesn't that defeat your whole point? Start doing some thinking of your own and hold yourselves accountable for once.
I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided. Everything is taken care of already. What extra you need? Ungrateful and it's selfish.
I wasn't trying to upset you. I was just...
We passed that. You wasn't trying to, but you brought this up again. So how are you not trying? It feels deliberate.
It wasn't deliberate.
Shit, it sounds on purpose as right now. You need something for yourself. What you need for yourself that you don't already have. Provide and protect, right? I'm holding on my end of the bargain, but you need more? You need some more.
I'm saying how we perceive it. A promiscuous woman, since it's easy for her to get, is not respected. A promiscuous man, even though he's promiscuous, it's still harder for him to get. So we call them pimps and players. Do you get it?
No.
I can prove this in many ways.
No.
So who would you respect? Who would you respect more?
This is
Other people's thoughts? No, it's your
Rhetoric.
thought. I'll prove it to you. Who would you respect more? Grace plays Mortal Kombat on easy mode. She beats the game. Sequoia, she plays Mortal Kombat on hard mode. The hardest mode it can be played on, she beats the game. Who do you respect more within that game? Tick, tock, tick, tock. Which one? Waiting on you.
What do you respect?
The question is not for me. The question is for you.
I think you should add Grace could have the opportunity to play it on hard mode, but she's choosing to play it on easy mode. So,
bro, yo, Yo,
I wouldn't be this lost with a man that is making sense.
Chat, listen,
What's so funny about that?
I wouldn't be lost with a man that is making sense, but I'm lost. So,
what is so hard about
answer
that?
the question.
What type of question?
Answer it. You're gonna avoid the question.
It's a stupid question.
Yeah, it's a stupid question for you because you're gonna look stupid if you answer it honestly.
You've seen this RDL hack, and this hack, and this trick, and this hack, and probably many more hacks. And these are all great and they can work, but I don't use them because I use this hack with a plate. I even use this hack with my 8-year-old athletes who have mastered hinging their hips instantly. This hack works. So grab a 10 or 15 pound bumper plate and pull it tight against your body. Elbows back and squeeze so we're engaging that back. From here we're going to hinge. So we're going to softly bend our knees. That's all they're allowed to bend. And from here we're going to push our hips back like we're trying to tap the wall with our butt behind us. The bottom of this place is pushing into our hip crease. That's giving you that physical cue of pushing your hips back. And as you hinge back, you want to make sure that you're keeping that plate nice and tight against your belly, which means we're going to have a flat back in that bottom position. If you hinge and start to round your back, you're going to see how that plate comes away from our belly, which means that our back is rounding. This is that awesome cue that this plate gives you, is this contact that you have here at your torso to maintain that flat back, here versus here. Engaging your back and maintaining tension in your posterior chain is what limits us from rounding our back when we're hip hinging. And this rounding of our back is what causes pain when doing RDLs, something that a lot of people struggle with. So use this hack and practice it over and over until you master your hip hinge.
You're saying all cute and handsome guys who are single nowadays. Why? This is not coming from my single nephew. This is coming from many single men in their 30s that I've approached. So many of them have told me that they are tired of online dating. They're sick of it. They feel like they can't keep up to this standard that social media has set for them, that they must be financially rich, that they need to buy a woman a designer bag or a fancy dinner on the first date. They said they just don't feel like they're looking for a cool chick who's down to earth, who's not about money. Many of these guys have great jobs, but they're not rich, you know? Like, they're just regular dudes. What I told them is they're looking in the wrong place. Come to NCupid's site because I have so many amazing women. You women are amazing, beautiful, smart, independent. You don't have to be rich. You just need to find the right person and you encourage each other and you build a life together. I mean, don't take my advice because I'm single, but I'm just saying.
If your man works a physical job, just know there's a chance that he's in pain every single day physically. That maybe he's not lazy, that he's genuinely so tired he's got nothing left. That a lot of times at these types of jobs, one false move can get him injured. So often he's emotionally spent because, you know, he has to be safe but also be productive, also work fast, also work in the heat or cold, also be extremely uncomfortable the entire shift. A lot of women do not give men enough grace who do those things. Being a stay-at-home parent is hard, yes, but blue-collar work is hard on a whole nother level. And when his body feels like it's breaking down, the bills don't care. The bills still expect to be paid. A lot of women don't realize that he doesn't get to pause throughout the day. He can't stop and take a drink of water, eat a snack or something. He often has to just keep going. He could be extremely cold or hot, doesn't matter. And oftentimes these men are in pain daily, and it's just normalized. Also knowing that you're replaceable completely. If you stay at home and watch the kids, you're not replaceable. But at his job, he is. And that in itself can be hard to deal with.
Stay single. I'm not gonna lie, there's nights where I feel it. I really feel it. I've got it. I've got the house, I've got the routine, but sometimes it just gets quiet. A couple years ago, I would have done anything to avoid this feeling. Downloaded apps, got in a relationship, anything to fill this void in my life. Now, I just kind of sit with it. I go and do something hard. I go to the gym, cook some food, hang out with family, hang out with my cat, just anything. Not because it fixes anything right away, But every time I show up for myself when I don't want to, it proves that I'm solid on my own. Because if I can build that, I'm not looking for someone to fill a gap in my life. I'm building a life that's already good, and hopefully, one day I'll be able to share that with the right person. Anyways, this is my cat Mowgli. He's the best boy, and I'm gonna go and hang out with him.
Can you imagine how deluded you have to be? Is the reason she rejected me is because my heart is too pure and because I'm too kind. Well, like bad boys, they like excitement, passion, strength, courage. That is not the absence of kindness and empathy. They love kindness and empathy.
Modern women don't really truly understand that they've become too expensive. It's like when you walk into the store and you see something, it's like, man, yeah, I would love to buy that, but it's out of my price range. And modern women take pride and say, well, yeah, you know, you need to date your tax bracket. Unfortunately for you, it doesn't matter how expensive a product is. If it doesn't sell, then it's not going to be in the shelves for long. Great idea, but it's not going to be in the shelves for long. That's what a lot of modern women are going through. Why doesn't a man come up and approach me? Why doesn't he talk to me? I'm 32. Why have I never had a date? Maybe, just maybe, you priced yourself out of the market.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education.
A lot of these women talking on the Passport Bros have never left the country. It's obvious because the Philippines is one of the countries with the highest levels of English speaking people that I've ever been to. I met a Filipina here and she's going to explain more about it.
Okay, so this doesn't go to every American woman out there. This is just for those who keeps on talking about us, okay? And it seems to me that a lot of American women are insecure about how we treat men better than you guys. And it's actually because we are raised to be good wives, and finding a good man is actually a prize for us. And if you're insecure about this, if you're threatened in some kind of way, I suggest you work on yourselves instead of talking about other people who doesn't even care about you guys, who doesn't even know you exist. And y'all kinda seem hard to please and naggy and insecure, and I think that is why men leaves you guys.
It does not bother me like it bothers you females when my man tells me to do something. Whatever he says goes. That's just the bottom line for me. I don't care what you guys think. You're like, oh, you're acting like a pick-me. How am I acting like a pick-me if I'm already picked? And I'm gonna stay picked because at the end of the day, I honor my man. I respect him. If he tells me not to post something, I'm not posting it. If he tells me not to do something, I'm not doing it. I'm not arguing about it. I'm not going back and forth about it, because that's the man that I chose to protect me and to provide for me and to be there for me. So I trust his word. So when he says take that down, it's going down. I'm not asking him why. His reasoning is his reasoning, and I'm trusting his reasoning on why he wants me to do something or not do something. So for y'all coming at me and saying all these weird things, it does not bother me that I respect my man. And the reason why he loves me the way he does is because he knows how I stand behind him. So I guess I am a pick-me. But he picked me.
I make my money in all sorts of silly ways. I'm an exhibitionist, erotic artist, very autistic.
Are you diagnosed autistic?
Yes, like so far gone on the spectrum.
Any other diagnoses?
PTSD.
Andrew here has some PTSD from his encounter with you.
Probably.
So you have it and you inflict it also.
Well, I've been working on that.
Congrats.
I am known as America's favorite MILF.
Does Forbes put out a list or?
Well, okay, if I have the cybersecurity guys check my stolen content on the underworld, I am the most clicked on face, natural face in my category of MILFs.
What's the ranking system?
When you go to cybersecurity people, they can like check and see like your face. face now out there. So they can see all my stolen content like all over the world. So it's pretty crazy. Like I haven't monetized hardly anything because I didn't listen to my mother. She told me that my pictures might get stolen, and that did in fact happen quite a bit.
Okay, these are some dubious claims here. Kim Kardashian is a mother, and she's a MILF.
But she's not a pog MILF. I'm a fat white girl. Natural.
Wait, Rachel, why?
Natural.
Rachel, why do you know about that?
Of the first female Navy SEAL. Do you know her name?
No.
Okay, she doesn't exist. That's why you've never heard her name, because not a single woman, even though the Navy has done everything in its power to recruit women to be Navy SEALs, treat them like gold. You put out every ad you can imagine. They want one in the worst way, so they can be like, this is the first one. None of them can actually do the training. None of them have been able to actually accomplish the feat of being able to pass basic underwater demolition school. So there's no female Navy SEALs, not one. So the thing is that your argument here of, but wait, they'll be laughed at. They have every government incentive on planet Earth to not be laughed at. Oil rigs will be given incentives, for instance. Linemen will be given incentives, for instance, to bring women on, instruct their staff to train them every which way possible, give them massive incentives, and women just physically can't do the job.
And modern women will tell you that equality is not here. They're not being allowed to do anything. That's interesting.
I think women today don't understand the concept of settling. When you settle for someone, it's when a man does not meet or a woman does not meet your standards. Standards are minimal requirements. Like on a job, it is the minimum requirements in order to get the job. We've confused the concept of standards and preferences. So only dating men that are 6 feet and higher is not a standard, it's a preference. You don't need a 6-foot man. Or if you're dating a redhead and you prefer a blonde, blondes are preferences, not a standard. You prefer a millionaire and the guy makes 6 figures, being with a millionaire may be your preference. Again, not a standard. So when women say, oh, I had to settle with an average guy, what's wrong with that? What is average anyway anymore? Are we defining average because he doesn't have a huge following on social media? Or he doesn't drive a Lamborghini truck? Our warped understanding of what standards are is what's keeping us single. There are great men out here. You just overlooking them.
So why did you compare a stay-at-home wife to slavery?
I can't see myself slaving in no house all day long for somebody. What do you gain from it? I'm only going to do what's going to make me happy.
You currently work right now and you're okay working for your boss and getting a paycheck. You don't call that slavery, but you call a woman working in a home, taking care of the children, nurturing her children, cooking for her husband, cooking for her kids, cleaning her house. These are all of her things, but you call that slavery versus your boss.
No, if you
real quick, listen. But what I'm saying is this, the job that you're currently working, you don't own the product, you don't own the name, you don't own the building, you don't own anything at all, but you're working hours, putting your time and energy and sweat into something. To do something for someone else and create them wealth, but you don't even own it. Versus a stay-at-home wife, everything she's doing, she owns it. The children, she owns. The husband, the house, they own it. You say that's slavery, but the 9-to-5 woman working isn't a slave? That doesn't really make sense.
If the woman is the prize, what would that make the man?
The wallet.
Yeah. I can wear pants. I can wear a top that shows most of my body. And I continue to do so because of all the women who fought for that. Women got the right to vote 102 years ago. That's it. There are women older than that on this planet who were not able to legally vote for the leadership in this country. We do this for them. We wear this for them. We do what we want. We have whoever we want for them because we are still continuing to fight. Every single day. I am constantly hit on at my place of employment, my professional place of employment. I am treated like a child or like an object every single day of my life. And I'm going to keep on fighting to make that not happen or to make that so that I can feel safe being able to look as I do.
You're trying to do the same low-tier gotcha that everyone does. I'm still a best-selling author. I'm still 10 times smarter than you'll ever be. I still look better than you, even though I'm older and I've had 5 years. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You couldn't argue your way out of a paper bag, and you're going nowhere in life. You got a job, and you're on You don't have anything I want. I am where you're trying to be.
I think you're very smart. I think you're beautiful. I think you have a lot of good things that you bring to the table.
The lunatics are fluffing each other.
I think Rachel wears the pants in this relationship. Andrew's her Labubu on her bag.
I think Rachel's an emotional
got us
abuser.
again. Oh my God. You just figured it all out.
Wow,
Bangs.
she's got us, babe.
You're quite the detective. I don't know why you're online when you could be a detective.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You could go get it. You could go get a tweed suit. Go solve crimes. Be Banks Detective Agency.
It's literally not. You guys get so mad.
You're one of those idiots who says, "Oh my God, why are you crashing out? Why are you mad when I'm
nobody's
not mad?"
crashing out.
And you're the one
I have a
who's
question.
crashing
I have a
out.
question.
If you want men to be more chivalrous, women, all you need to do is be more appreciative of the things that a man does. It's as simple as that. I know it sounds crazy, and most women are like, well, no, I am like that. Ask yourself, when was the last time you went on a date and you said thank you? Thanks for the meal. Thanks for the flowers. Thanks for opening the car door. Or, I really appreciate you taking the time to find this place. Wow, this place was really great. Thanks for taking me here. This is amazing. Men don't hear that enough. Men do not feel appreciated enough. And as such, men stop doing these things. Because unfortunately, a large majority of women have felt like this is normal, that this should just be the norm, when it's not in fact the norm. Men do not do these things normally for random women. They only do it for women that they're trying to court. So when you're more appreciative, the man is going to be more willing to do these things, to go out of his way to make sure that you feel special. So ladies, again, if you want more chivalry in your life, be more appreciative. It's as simple as that.
It's so interesting to me that men want to be the prize, or they think that they are the prize. You feminine. Who told you your was good? Who said your lip gloss was popping? You're a man. You should want to win the prize. That's your gender role. You're not even destined or designed to be the prize. So what are we talking about? And when you really break it down, it's so disturbing how these men rather compete with women than to work on themselves as men. Okay. You got it, girly pop. You guys really have lost the plot. And you guys have brainwashed yourselves into thinking you're bigger than the program. The program being that women are God's gift to earth. God's gift to a man at that. So before y'all get up on here and try to pop your in the comment section, take a look down in your pants. I know it might not be anything grand or exciting, but it's what you have. Okay? So let's remember that, and let's act accordingly. Okay? Okay, I love you guys so much. Bye.
And we talk about, chivalry being the bare minimum a man should be. Because essentially what the woman is saying is he should be doing this for everyone. You should be kind. If you want to open the door for somebody, that's what you should be doing. That's just, you're the man. That's your role in society, is to be the protector of things, to provide. That's the bare minimum of being a man. You should be doing that for everyone. No, you shouldn't. People deserve respect, right? You have the basic level of respect. True enough, but a man does not have to, in the same way that he does his wife, he didn't have to give the same level of care and attention to everybody in society. The same way you wouldn't give the same level of care. You give basic respect and dignity to people, but not the same level of care. That's what men are saying. Y'all are expecting that for everybody as the bare minimum. If he loves me, then he's going to love my friends. He's going to pay for all my friends. No, I don't love your friends in that way. I might love them as a friend. Oh, she's a good girl. Hey, she comes out with us. I might pay here and there. I don't know, maybe it's a special occasion, but that shouldn't be the expectation that I pay for her. I'm not in a relationship with her. We're just friends. At what point in time is she going to pay for me or us? Because we're friends.
Should women submit to men?
No.
Women should not submit to men?
No.
Okay. Are you Christian?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with her on those things? This is completely incoherent and contradictory to your own worldview that you claim to be a part of, your own perspective. You claim to be Christians. Ephesians 5:22, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Do you believe that the Bible is the inspired word of God?
Yes.
If scripture is God breathed, then rejecting clear commands is disagreement with God. Do you disagree with God?
No.
Okay, so the scripture that I cited to you before, wives obey your husbands, wives submit yourselves to your husbands, you guys are disagreeing with the scripture. So you're disagreeing with God. Is that tenable as a Christian?
No, it is not.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Hey, can I get the directions out? I'm looking for this address. It was like 3706, but it seemed like they're skipping. Can you give me those out? You know where 36 Beckham Street is?
Yeah, it's just right down the road. Take your first right. You'll see it.
Thank you. And by the way, you look good.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, shit. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am. Excuse me. I'm looking for that. Ma'am. I'm looking for. Excuse me, ma'am. Say.
Oh.
Obviously.
Excuse me, sir. I notice you smell really nice. What is it that you're wearing?
Oh, this is that new Creed.
Creed?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you going?
To see my wife.
Oh. Do you like her?
Man, I'm madly in love.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Hey, you smell amazing. What is it that you're wearing?
Who sent you? Like, who sent you?
I'm sorry, what?
Who sent you?
No,
Do you know my wife? Do you know my wife?
I just
Chill
wanted
out.
to know what kind of cologne that was.
Mom, is why I don't have sympathy for a lot of stupid that women do. And this is a follow-up to the video I just made about the lady at work giving away her Valentine's Day flowers that was given to her from somebody she's dating. I see a lot of women trying to make excuses to myself. She was just spreading the love and she just... Stop. I'm a boy mom at the end of the day. Don't come over here if you don't want to be held accountable. Don't. I'm the first example of what a woman should be. That's what my son see. That's what my son see. I hold myself accountable and I self-reflect like a all the time. I try to be everything I want my son to have in a woman and in a wife and in a mother. I remember it was a time when I was honest and I said I would never want my son to bring home a woman like me. Ever. Because that's how I was. You couldn't tell me. I was never wrong. I didn't know how to compromise, didn't know how to communicate, and sure didn't know how to comprehend. Just filled with trauma. Up. And I think it's whack as hell that when women are behaving in a certain way, it's always, yeah, but, or trying to paint them into being a victim. If you wrong, you wrong. That's how my page is. That's how I roll. I'ma always just call it how I see it. And they know that about their mama. Mama gonna always keep it real. You understand what I'm saying? And I thank God that I got the ability to also be able to look at everything from everybody's point of view and then come to my own conclusion. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. That's just what it is across the board. It didn't make sense. I'm sorry. And being a boy mom, I always think about how would I feel if my son was treated in that way. I'm raising good young black men, God's will. How would I feel if a skank did something like that to my son? I would definitely tell my son, don't ever waste your time with that boy. Don't ever.
I feel like everybody has a right to make a life better for themselves if they're not posing like a or dangerous threat. If someone wants to come here and make a life for themselves, for their family, and escape danger from where they currently live, I don't have an issue with that. That's my personal opinion.
Wait, hold up. So if a homeless man decides he wants to get out of his terrible situation, he breaks into my home and demands that I take care of him.
He is posing a threat to you by breaking into your home. That is completely different than entering a country.
They broke into the country and they're going to take the benefits of our country for themselves.
We're just not going to agree on this, but
because your conclusion is not based in logic, it's based on feelings.
Okay, but that's my conclusion. So
okay, I mean, as long as you understand that your conclusion is not come from any logical basis, it's based upon literally how you feel. Because logically speaking, we're trying to walk you through it, and it's just you're just refusing to do so.
I am. You're right. I am refusing to do so because for me, I just can't see it that way.
Let me explain why dating is not a priority to me. If you've been following my journey, I haven't dated in over 20 years, and I'm over 45 years old. It's not that I'm scared of dating. I am scared of the process of dating. And just hear me out. I don't want to go through the process of buying an outfit, getting dressed up, meeting up for brunch, lunch, dinner, whatever. Small talk. What's your dislikes? What makes you click? What is your profession? What do you do for a living? What is your future goals? Just to get to the point where you find out we're not clicking. That is not clicking. Now, some of you probably realize in the first 5-10 minutes of the date that, yeah, this is not going to work out. When is it the best practice to end the date? How do you go about ending the date? You have to treat dating like it's a business. You got to spend money to make money. But I don't want to do that because that becomes draining and it becomes expensive. And then you got to do this all over again. That's why I say dating is not a priority to me. I know I have to date in order to meet my person. So it's like, bro, I'm going to start documenting my dates. I'm going to start doing it. I want God to just grab my person and drop them on my doorstep. Just say, here, this is it, wrapped in a bow. This is who I designed for you to be with. There you go. Why can't I skip to that stage? Perfect world. I get it. I'm just rambling. And you know me. When I ramble, I just talk. But this is why dating is not a priority to me. I have to be so sure that I want to get to know you before I waste my time, buy an outfit, look up places to go. It's not a priority. But I have to do it in order to meet my person. What am I doing? God, you got to make this easy for me.
So some of us got to take accountability for how hard we're being so that a man actually wants to chase us.
Here's the thing. I think that the women can start being feminine again when the men start being masculine again. Ooh. Because these are the new bad. They want to be the bad now. They want to be put up. They asking you what the you bring to the table. So in the position, because women are reflections of their men, and we have now switched roles with them, I cannot step into my femininity until you step back into your masculinity, right?
We feminine. Because we want to know how you, like, if you're going to be able to tend to my emotional state. And because I got standards, and I don't want to broke. I'm feminine. I'm feminine.
I have something I want to discuss, and this is something that I feel like a lot of people discuss, but I want to talk about it. And it's being so single at my age. I'm 28, turning 29 now. Doing nothing about it. The thought, like, I just want to wake up in a 1-year-long relationship, pregnant with a baby in a house. You know what I mean? I don't want to do this dating thing. Oh. But I'm not getting any younger. And the prospects are not there. I'm actually so normal as well. I actually think I'm having a mental breakdown about this because it's just, I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
With the manosphere, when they say they're red-pilled, what they mean is they have taken the red pill, similarly to Neo, and they've realized that actually everything they've learned about society before is incorrect. There is no patriarchy, there is no misogyny. In reality, it's women who are in charge and women who are oppressing men and men who are suffering in modern society.
Men and boys hear these messages that sometimes their very presence, their very being is a problem. It's problematized, particularly on the progressive left. What you see in some respects, particularly online, the rise of sort of the red pill communities. So if the people over here say your maleness is a problem, the ones over here say, no, it's good to be a man, and you should say that with your head held high, your chest stuck out.
I am not really understanding this soft guy era trend, because is it satire or is this true? Because maybe it's my age because I'm 40, but when you call a man soft, that was an insult. If you call a man soft, that's saying like, you know, they play for the other team. If you call a man soft, that means they're being a punk. But now men want to be called soft. I am single. I don't have a problem that I'm single. It's not an insult calling me single. It's not an insult saying that I'm be single for the rest of my life, whatever. Because when I jump my on this app, it makes me realize why I'm single and why I need to stay single. Because to be in a relationship right now with some of these men, you really have to sacrifice your own self, and I'm not doing that. But all jokes aside, is this real or is this satire? Do y'all really want to be called soft?
And you listen to what some of these people say, and once again, let's we can move red pill and we can move red pill and manosphere out the way, because it's just a term that's going to tell you, you know, kind of the attitude, the sentiment behind how men are feeling. So you can really move that out the way. A lot of modern women, you'll listen and they'll get it wrong once again. Well, you know, they really want to be misogynistic, and it's teaching them these misogynistic ideals and the patriarchy. You're just talking. That's it. That's it. You're not really saying a whole bunch. You're just talking. You haven't really listened to what a man says. You haven't really slowed down and saying, are these things that he's saying valid? Essentially what you're doing is you're dismissing pretty much everything he says. Oh, it's just the patriarchy talking. If you get out of the patriarchy, then you wouldn't have this problem. It's not a problem with women. It's a problem with you. It's a problem with this system. If you get out of the system, then you'll see what we as woke women are saying, because we are so woke. We are so enlightened. It's just you still stuck in the red pill and the manosphere, and deep-rooted misogyny. You hate yourself and you hate women and you hate all society. That's why you're where you are today. No. At some point in time, you have to take accountability for your bad behavior in society as a woman.